9,
1,
10.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All right.
Cool. Starting the timer.
We'll do, yeah, okay. That's good.
Good to go?
Yes, sir.
You good to go?
I'm good to go.
Let's do it. What's going on, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to the Stunods podcast. I'm your host, Joe DiNizio, and I'm joined by my co-host, Dominic Lampasona.
How we doing?
Joining us in the studio is our very good friend, Nick DiNizo, on with us today. Nick, say hi to the friends back home.
What's going on, everybody? How we doing?
Love that.
But
Love
Joe,
that.
Joe, we are home. We are home.
But his friends aren't home.
Yeah, so his friend's back at school.
Sure, why not?
Well, but you're technically family, so am I home?
Are we all home, or are we far from home?
And that's your best friend, so are we in our house?
Just say hi to your friends and family.
What's going on, guys? How you doing?
Good. Okay.
All right. Let's move on.
All right, but before we dive into the episode, we are
Sure.
excited to be sponsoring the LIVIN Your Lifestyle brand. Based out of Houston, Texas, LIVIN Your Lifestyle is a daughter company of a project controls group called TEPCO Solutions. The message behind their brand is to be free to live your life the way you see fit and be able to show people by wearing their brand. They are supported by a diverse workforce full of proud individuals who live their life their way and strive to inspire people to be themselves. We had a chance to speak with one of the representatives. And just from that conversation, they were really awesome dudes, very genuine people, and you can really get behind their brand, just the way they present themselves.
Definitely.
So not only does TEPCO Solutions deviate from standard office practice, but they treat everyone like a family. And from that, they brought us the LIVIN Your Lifestyle brand. So to Ezra and everyone else over at LIVIN Your Lifestyle, we thank you. And to everyone tuning in, go check them out. They have some really nice gear available for sale on their website right now.
Yeah, and we got like product pictures too of just the shirts we're wearing.
Yep.
On our Instagram and everything. I'll probably throw it on the YouTube clip too. So
Cool. Awesome. All right. So, boys, the first topic.
yes,
And this actually came from our very own Nick DiNizo.
assless chaps.
At what?
No, continue on. Yeah.
Summer months.
Summer month.
Summer months.
Okay. But Nick DM'd this topic to Dom just to make conversation, and we were like, holy shit, that's really good. We should get him on the podcast, talk about it. So, this is mainstream artists and their transition to producing film soundtracks. So real quick, just to take a look at some examples of mainstream artists making music from various films and TV shows. We have Kendrick Lamar for Black Panther, Pharrell Williams for Despicable Me, Donald Glover for The Lion King, Migos for The Addams Family, Travis Scott and Tenet, The Weeknd for Game of Thrones, and Billie Eilish for No Time to Die. So the question is this a new generation or revolution in film scores? Boys, what do we think?
I would have to say that it's a new generation. You know, I mean, I don't know about you guys, but I had, obviously I had you guys in mind when I DM'd the question. And I've personally been seeing like a lot of mainstream rappers and a lot of mainstream musicians and it doesn't even just, it's not even just on that list. You can go on and you can say Ed Sheeran even. Ed Sheeran's wrote most of all of the Hollywood songs, basically.
That's true.
I believe that everything needs a change at some point. Whether that's mainstream media, whether that's mainstream music. And a lot of the ways that it happens nowadays is through like collaborations and stuff like that. So you see a lot of rappers that are now trying to take that transition into filmmaking. Maybe not filmmaking per se, but in a small way, in a small part of it.
Sure.
And it's not even just limited to just soundtracks even. I mean, you can see all these athletes nowadays, I mean, Gronk, when he, for example, Rob Gronkowski for the New England Patriots, now in Tampa Bay Buccaneers, last season, he had retired and was looking to do more things in film and go on TV and be a huge TV personality. I mean, we've seen guys that have failed out of the NFL like Tim Tebow and made a whole career out of it.
Yeah.
So like going back to like the point of what the original topic was about, which
Right.
was mainstream artists touching and, maybe not touching is the right word for it. What's the
I
right
like
word
touching.
for it? Touching is good.
He likes
touching.
touching.
Is
He
good.
likes touching.
Yeah, touch it once. Touch it once.
One baby touch.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, no, I mean, like, it's not a new thing for mainstream artists to be diving into film scores and soundtracks. What I will say is that the more hip hop and rap based artists, that's more new. And yeah, I would probably say it's more of a new generation as opposed to revolution. Because like I've said, it's not new. Like, we date back all the way to the Tarzan movie from Disney, the animated movie. Phil Collins did that whole soundtrack. And then a few years ago, there was a movie with Tom Cruise, Oblivion, and M83 did that soundtrack and the film score. So like, it's not a new thing for artists to be diving into film scores. But I do agree that it is a new generation.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I said before too, with James Bond, you can go back. I'm pretty sure to like either the first or second James Bond, 1960s, 70s. Like, it was already happening then.
Right.
You know, and I wonder if it was like a big commercial leap, like a leap of faith type of thing to like draw more attention, get more ticket sales. That's my opinion on it. That's probably how it originated.
Well, you have to look at James Bond, right, and the style of the film. James Bond is a classy, kind of dry, spy kind of guy. So the music that they're going for, or the sound, kind of fit the tone in the 60s and what music they were making in that time. And that's kind of carried on through history. They've kind of always had that dry, classic sound. I'd say probably the one artist that kind of deviated it from a little bit might have been Adele in Skyfall. Or actually, no, I lied. Sam Smith for, what was it, Spectre? I think he did Spectre.
Yeah, he did Spectre.
I think so.
Sam
I
Smith did
think he
Spectre.
was the only one that really deviated from that classic 60s, that like, that dramatic, over the top, that sound. But yeah, no, I would, like you said, it dates all the way back.
Yeah.
I mean, to go off your point of having like a new tone and stuff like that, the tone nowadays, like, I relate a lot of filmmaking to mainstream music, because filmmaking is like, mainly like your guys' thing. I love mainstream music, honestly. And the one problem that I have with it is the fact that the tone is the same a lot of times, And that's not even just saying the tone for like the music. The lyrics are often the same. The whole vibe about it is the same.
It's a processed, regurgitated sound.
Right,
and
yeah.
I don't like it.
It's more talked about as like almost like a whole situation, as opposed to just one little beat that's being made. Now let me ask you guys a question.
Oh, okay.
Do you think this is a good or a bad thing?
For what? Like keeping
For
the
filmmaking?
I think so. I mean, again, all right, so you can...
Because think about, just for a second, think about mainstream music.
Sure.
Everybody complains about mainstream music and how the tone is the same.
Right. I think with Billie Eilish in No Time to Die, like, she has a very distinct sound, as everybody can kind of, make that obvious about. And it was interesting, too. I mean, I think it fits with the James Bond style. You're obviously going to go with somebody that has been... kind of the talk of the music industry within the last 2 years or so.
2-3 years. Yeah.
I think it was a smart move with them. I think it's just about taste. Again, like what I was trying to say, like, you can look back at Martin Scorsese, right? Look back at probably Mean Streets, but you can even look at just all of his, like, Mean Streets was his first, like, feature pretty much with Robert De Niro and everything. So you can look back at that, and then from there, his whole entire filmography, he always uses mainstream music of that time era. Like, you can look at Wolf of Wall Street. I mean, he'll probably throw in like more classic stuff, more classic rock, but even the trailers, like, you can go watch like the Wolf of Wall Street trailer. Like, it has, I think it's Kanye West's song. I forget what it's called though.
I haven't watched the trailer for Wolf of Wall Street.
I remember. No, not Power, but
that is for Limitless though.
Yes,
Power is used in the Limitless trailer.
So it's just like, I think it's definitely a good marketing tool to sell tickets. A studio is going to go behind it any way they can.
I would agree.
And I think it's up to the artists behind the film that will have either a big say in it, or the ones that kind of put it down or not. That's my opinion. I think it'll always be a good move.
Yeah, I mean, like the thing is, like, if you look at Kendrick Lamar for Black Panther, like, his songs for that movie kind of fit the tone of the film. You know what I mean?
Right.
So as a director, producer, or someone who's behind the film score, if I'm bringing in a mainstream artist, I'm telling them, listen, this is the sound we're looking for. We thought you'd be a good fit. Make us proud. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not going to bring in somebody who's just going to be like, oh, I'm going to do my own thing, because then it just doesn't even fit the tone of the film.
Yeah.
And then it's just like, well, why the hell? This isn't even necessary.
Yeah, well, then again, too, Black Panther. I mean, you can just see how it was a very cultural phenomenon movie that bursted out. You're gonna attach, the hottest artists with it.
Yeah,
and I'm sure
absolutely.
Ryan Coogler, writer and director of Black Panther, probably had some type of connection with them.
Right.
So he's gonna be like, yeah, bro, like let's get you in and
Yeah, exactly.
sell some more tickets.
But I'd say it's also a testament to these artists too that they're going to be attached to a blockbuster film, that they should know how to set the tone.
Right.
If they're going to write music based on the film. You know what I mean? And Kendrick Lamar did a very good job for Black Panther. I liked a lot of those tracks.
The thing I really want to touch on is Tenet
Oh, yeah.
with Travis Scott.
Yeah.
Because this was the first time Nolan really had an artist come and make music for his movie.
Yeah. It's usually
Other
just
than-
Hans Zimmer.
It's Hans Zimmer's
every fucking movie.
Yeah, exactly.
So
that was really interesting how they did that. I think it was in like that little section I'm not gonna say anything, but little section in the middle of the movie.
yes.
It was on the fire truck.
Yes.
I think there's like his beat in it, and then obviously runs through the credits.
Right. And I mean, fuck. I thought it was good.
Yeah,
That was
that's what
really
I'm
good.
saying. Like it still fits the style. So as long as the heads, the artist heads are together and collaborating, it'll always work. My opinion on it.
I agree.
Absolutely. I feel like also it ties, I guess it can also roll into our next topic as well.
Sure.
If you want to stay along the lines of movies and TV and all that. The way that people watch TV matters a lot too nowadays too. YouTube TV, Netflix, Hulu. These are things that people binge every single day. Likewise with music. They listen to the same music every single day. I mean, I literally heard the one song from Tenet. I haven't seen Tenet yet, but I heard the one song from Tenet from Travis Scott. It's called The Plan, and I heard it on the radio today. Now, why wouldn't that trigger somebody that's in their car, on their way to work, to school, to wherever they need to go, and they say, hold on, I heard this is Travis Scott's song from that movie.
Right.
Or maybe, this is the song that's
in Tenet, and they're like, maybe I should go see it.
In the movie, yeah, maybe I should go see it. Maybe I should go listen to it.
Right.
That's goes back to the whole thing of collaborations and stuff like that. That to me is the way to market nowadays, hands down.
Yeah, I
collaborating
agree.
with people, giving two separate views on one piece of art and putting it together to make one. And then now people are looking at him like, oh my gosh, these are two. I mean, Travis Scott is a powerhouse in his realm, and obviously Christopher Nolan has wrote his ticket to movie Hall of Fame, if there even is one.
The one thing too is, since we're gonna branch into our next topic with the idea of binge watching, right? And the thing that comes to my mind, thinking about binge watching and Netflix, is like Stranger Things. And the reason why I have Stranger Things and music connected is because obviously it's established in the 80s, but you're basically recycling the music in the pop culture within that and, bringing it alive again in this series that started in 2017 or 16, whatever.
16, yeah.
Whenever Stranger Things started. It's just like and even The Boys.
Yeah.
Like they recycle like Billy Joel and like all these, hot classic rock songs.
Well, that's because of the character, Huey.
Right.
Like,
You're right.
Like his character just loves all that stuff, and especially in season 2, they really touch on like Billy Joel and all that stuff like that, which I love. Like, it's awesome. But yeah, the one thing about Stranger Things is that soundtrack just really fits the aesthetic of the show, and I love that soundtrack. The soundtrack for Stranger Things is fucking awesome. You know what I mean? Even the score itself.
But it's just funny too. Like I'll find myself listening to like 80s pop and stuff just from watching Stranger Things.
Yeah.
It's kind of funny how it just, like on your point, you're like, once you hear it, like, oh shit, I want to go listen to more. Or you hear it like, oh, I think Stranger Things. Or I hear it, I think Tenet. Like you're going to go and watch. It's just the whole.
Like how many people have listened to the Guardians of the Galaxy soundtrack over and over and over again since it's been put out?
Great. Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, even the second. Honestly, if I'm going to be honest, the first film had a better soundtrack than the second, in my personal opinion.
Really?
Oh my god.
I don't know if I agree with that.
No,
I don't know
dude.
if I agree with that.
Dude,
now,
Awesome
I would have
Mixtape
to-
1 is way better than the second. And that's just maybe
One's
I'm
better than the
popular.
second.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. You said the second's better than the first.
No. One's better than
Didn't
the
you
second.
say the second better?
You said it first.
Yeah.
okay.
First.
Oh, I agree.
Oh, okay. Cool.
Yeah.
You don't agree?
No, I don't agree. Honestly,
Really?
I don't agree. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Hey, man, we're not here to.
To that point, TikTok killed the opening song.
Oh, that's right.
TikTok killed the opening song.
TikTok kills a lot of shit.
Yeah,
It does kill
not
a
on
lot of
TikTok,
shit.
so.
Yeah, it does kill a lot of shit, but it's all part of this new wave of mainstream media.
That's
This is
true.
how to do it.
Yeah, you look at that and just, I'm sure, again, I don't have TikTok or Crate or anything, but can't you take like little pieces of just mainstream songs?
Yeah.
And then,
You plug them into your
Absolutely.
video.
then
throw 'em together.
Girls are just shaking their ass to it.
Basically.
I mean,
Any 15-year-old kid is going and watch it.
I usually just watch TikTok for the funny dogs and cats, but to each his own.
We're in his mom's house.
Yeah.
But honestly, on the topic of binge streaming, and I mean, would you rather binge watch a show or have it on a weekly release schedule? I mean, personally, I'm more on the fence of a weekly release schedule for episodes in a season, just because there's more anticipation that builds up between each episode, and I also feel like throughout the week, if there's reruns, I'll watch the prior episode again, and I'll retain more of what that show had. As opposed to binge streaming. Like I think it was this third season of Stranger Things, me, my brother, my dad watched all of it in a day. And I honestly can't even tell you I don't remember half of it.
Right.
So I'm
And
going to
then-
have to go back and watch it
And then
again.
the entire season turns into one just big collage of like one episode in a way. Like it's
Right.
just one big story, which is fine, but like you can't differentiate like what episodes this happened or
Right, and it's 8 to 9 hours worth of content. So how much are you really going to retain? Like I'm going to have to watch it again. But that's why I kind of like the weekly release schedule. Like The Boys is doing that for Amazon
Yeah.
Prime. They released the first 3, and then for the next 5, it's going to be on a weekly basis. And I like that plan because, well, what were you going to say?
well, Mandalorian did that when they released the
Right,
first
yeah,
season.
But I didn't watch Mandalorian until all the episodes were out, so I binged.
Well, yeah, me too. Yeah.
Mando, so yeah.
Binge by default.
Yeah.
Binge
yeah.
by default.
I mean, that show is fucking so good. Oh my
But
God.
yeah, I mean, I can kind of relate to that where when Breaking Bad, so I basically caught up with Breaking Bad before season 5 started. And I just remember binge watching all of it, 1 through 4, loving it. Fucking, it's my favorite show to this day and probably will till the day I die. Unless something absolutely amazing comes out. But yeah, I just remember the difference from like binge watching, catching up from season 1 to 4, and then like waiting a week, exactly what you said, for each episode. Because you're spending, all right, so think like, I think it was like 12 episodes, right? Or like
per season?
per season. So just say like,
Until the last season.
the last season was like
8 and 8.
Yeah, okay. So say just like an original series that airs on whatever, just releasing weekly. You have more time to kind of catch up, to rewatch everything. But you're just if it's a 10 episode series, you're spending 10 weeks with that show, just with that season, compared to like exactly what you said. You watch 8 episodes or 10 episodes within 1 or 2 days. Like, yeah, I mean you'll have a great experience with it.
Yeah.
And I'm not gonna not watch a show
Right.
just because it's released all at once. I don't know. I just like the anticipation of it. And that's like, when you're waiting for a big blockbuster movie or waiting for an album or something to drop, it's just the anticipation is a huge factor into the resolution, like the payoff feeling when you're experiencing that piece of material.
I love binging. I love
do
binging.
too.
I'll lose my mind for hours if it can give me a good show to binge.
Sure.
I just think, especially now that I've seen like a decent amount of shows, like I'm a much more TV show heavy guy than I am like a movie guy. And really because I like to see how things go along a period of time, A lot of these Netflix shows and these Hulu shows, they're literally made in a month.
Yeah.
A lot of them are just shot and created and made in a month. Actors are in, out, get their money, and everybody's getting paid. But I feel like their format is too much like their format isn't enough like regular television. And people love regular television. Like everybody always shits on Fox shows and, CBS shows, Big Bang Theory. They're like, oh, it's such a cliche. It's such a middle of the country cliche. And like, yeah, it kind of is a cliche, but the fact that you sit down and you watch that with your family every single week not only attaches like the physical show that you're watching to it, but it also attaches an emotion to it that you feel.
Sure.
You know, like personally, one of my favorite shows in the entire world is Entourage. And I feel like it's a show that's like about our friends. Like I just feel like it could be about any friends group or any four guys that just think that they just like love being with each other and love doing crazy shit.
Still haven't seen it.
It's fantastic. Highly recommend.
Yeah, no, I've been told multiple times.
Yeah, but like not even just that. The place that I first watched Entourage was at school with my best friends.
There you go.
So I'm watching a show about best friends with my best friends, and I'm always going to attribute that time when I'm going back with my friends, hanging out in the apartment, sitting there for 8 hours, probably skipping class to watch the next episode, honestly. You know, I want to see
We
what
won't tell
Ari
Christine,
does.
don't worry.
Yeah, exactly. No, she's not in Instagram to begin with. But
No, yeah, I can relate to that.
you know, like I feel like a mixture of this TV structure where where the most of the country is watching CBS. It's literally the #1 most watched news channel, probably for football. But regardless, they're the #1 most watched news channel for their shows as well.
Right.
They suck. They suck. It's not Sopranos. It is not Watchmen.
Yeah.
It is not, what's the other one that's on HBO? Not Entourage. Westworld. It's not Westworld. It's not Game of Thrones. It's just simple sitcoms in little funny situations where the comedy is regurgitated. It's so overused and it's so like, I don't know. And Netflix goes the same way. They go the same way with their content. It's regurgitated. It's over and over again. The same situations, the same people. I mean, listen, back in the day, people shit on Disney because they were just doing nothing but remakes and they were trying to put old shows with a new look, similar content in the same situations.
Yeah.
And it just wasn't like, it just doesn't land with the rest of the people, with the rest of the fan base that you have moving along.
Right.
The thing with Netflix too is that, you know, they're opening the platform. I mean, it's the huge platform that all big name people, actors, filmmakers, everybody's going to.
Yeah.
So they're kind of opening up again the platform for artists to go in and be more creative and not feel restricted as to where, you know, Universal or just the bigger studios will pull them back and kind of have, you know, hands on with the project. Compared to, like, again, Martin Scorsese with The Irishman. Reason why he went right to Netflix is because it was a big project, big budget. He knew what he wanted. And Netflix was like, fuck yeah, we'll give Martin Scorsese any money he wants because we know it'll be huge attraction.
It's a blank check for him.
Yeah.
Exactly. So he knew going into that he was able to do whatever the hell he wanted. You know, made a 3.5-hour movie, you know, debatable with people reaction about it, but he did it. And I think just you're seeing more and more people, artists going into it.
Moving on, we're going to take a little bit of a 180 here, and we're going to talk about the Spanks, the Yankees.
The Spankies?
Let's get a little update on them. We haven't talked about them in a while. So, they clinched a wild card spot. If they make it through the wild card round, do we see them winning it all? What do we think?
Absolutely not.
Yeah, I would agree.
Absolutely not.
I would agree.
If they make it out, if they were to make it out of the AL, I would be shocked. There's a lot of good teams that are in the playoffs that are in the AL right now. The Twins are very, very good. We can't seem to beat the Rays
Yeah,
for anything this season.
we had a lot of trouble with them.
And the Blue Jays have been playing a lot better.
Yeah.
They have been playing a lot better. And I wouldn't rule any three of those teams out going down the stretch, going to the ALCS, and seeing us making it out of there.
Yeah.
Plus, don't forget, you got the big sticks on the other side of the league, the Dodgers,
Oh my God. Yeah.
who I think, I don't even need to talk about the NL. I think that they're going to tear it up.
It's a lock.
I think they're going to fucking tear it up.
They're a powerhouse.
I mean, 1 through 9, how many
I've just
how
been
many
waiting
lineups?
for them to win.
Yeah, seriously.
Yeah, exactly. Like, how many lineups do you know 1 through 9 that can just swing the bat?
It used to be the Yankees.
Well,
but
yeah, if
everyone
the
gets
Yankees
in
are
the
fucking
back.
healthy,
everyone gets fucking hurt.
then yeah, they can swing the bat.
It's true, but I mean, it's yet to be seen.
Right.
What about 2019? Same thing.
Yeah.
Injuries riddle at the end of the season. injury riddled throughout the season.
Yes.
And in our pitching staff too.
Yeah,
we didn't have Sevy all last year. Was it all last year?
It was all last year, and he
It was
comes back for the playoffs.
Yes.
Like I think it was like a week before, and they were like, "All right, yeah, you're gonna start."
Yeah.
You're gonna start
And
first
did he
round of
lose that
playoffs.
first game?
I think he only threw 3
I don't want
innings
to
that
fact
first
check
game.
it. I was going to say, I don't want to fact check it. He might got a no decision there.
He only threw
Maybe.
3 innings that first game, so I don't know if he lost that game or it might have been a no decision. But I like if I'm being honest, I thought that was a stupid ass move. They should not have been like, oh yeah, you haven't seen a fucking mound in 6-7 months, so you're gonna start the first round of
Yeah,
playoffs.
get out there, kid. Do your best.
Exactly. I thought that was a dumb move. But going back to them winning the World Series, I think the stars have to align. It literally has to line up perfectly for them. Everyone needs to stay healthy. Like I said at the beginning, if they're going to win the World Series, everyone needs to stay fucking healthy, and everyone needs to fucking be playing like good, just well.
Yeah.
Gary Sanchez is batting under 150 right now.
That's
And he's
terrible.
supposed to be your powerhouse hitter. He sucks behind the fucking dish, and he sucks at the dish.
You can't say that we're not deep. The one thing you can't say about the Yankees is that they're not deep.
Yeah.
They have a lot of good players that they can put into good spots, even late in games too. You know, I mean,
Absolutely.
I think that Tyler Wade is not a bad person to put in defensively
Yeah.
at second base, not shortstop, second base.
Yeah, definitely
definitely
second base.
run.
Second base. He can run the bases.
Yeah, he's quick.
I mean, his bat, all right, maybe not there. But what happens if Sanchez gets on late? You got to replace him somehow. Then you put your best defensive catcher in.
That's if
Because
he
I
gets
definitely
on.
don't think he's our best defensive catcher.
Yeah, the one thing, even just, talking about last season, you can talk about just how, again, the depth that they had to bring up. And when everybody was hurt pretty much last year, they had a team, basically their AAA team, come up and take them where they needed to be.
Turn it up.
They kind of filled their shoes a little bit.
Yeah.
I think we talked about it on one of the episodes, but
Yeah, we
it's
did.
like, again, looking at last season, you go into the playoffs, and then they throw in Severino and all these guys that haven't really played or really shined or earned that moment when they had like Mike Talkman and all these other guys that stepped up for literally half the season, if not the majority of the season.
Right.
Like, why don't they deserve to be in that playoffs, situation that they are in?
We're talking about money, MLB being a business, and we're talking Aaron Judge. Okay, here's my thing, right? I wouldn't get rid of the guy, but his free agent contract is up in 2023. If he does not have 2 healthy seasons, I am not throwing a $300+ million contract his way. There is no fucking shot. And if he leaves, he fucking leaves.
See, I disagree with that.
I think that's fucking bullshit. Tell him what your argument is on.
Well,
on Aaron Judge.
I mean, you talk about money with baseball.
Right.
You're gonna have and keep the guy that is, I think, will be the face of the Yankees for the next 15 years that he's in the game, pretty much.
He's got to be in the game, though. That's my argument.
But he is. I think he's still the #1 selling jersey in MLB right now.
Okay, that's great. But if he's fucking hurt, then what the hell's the point? You want your team to win. You don't care how many jerseys they sell. Look at the fucking Angels. They suck, and Trout sells a fuck ton of
That's
jerseys.
a great point. That's a great point.
But Trout still got paid.
What's up?
Trout still gets paid.
Of course,
he
he still
fucking
gets paid.
deserves it, though.
Well, yeah, he's
he
an unbelievable
deserves it,
player.
yeah.
Unfortunately, he's on a shit team. But if Judge isn't playing, if he is hurt for half the season, 3/4 of a season, why are you going to throw $300 million+ at him? Why? That makes no sense.
What do you think?
How many guys in the league can replace Aaron Judge?
Stanton.
No.
You don't think so?
It's just like, no.
Absolutely not.
No. That's my thing, right? I agree. Nobody can replace Aaron Judge, but he has to be playing. If he's not playing, what the hell is the point? That's where this gets tough.
Yeah. Because my thing is like you have. Sorry, I interrupted you.
No, you're good. You're good.
They swapped out their training coach from last year. I don't know who the new guy is, but seems like he needs to do a better job.
He's not doing good.
And if you're going to throw a huge contract at him when his new contract, when is it?
2023.
2023.
He's got 2 years.
You have to make a program for like just the longevity of him. I mean, he's a dude. What is he? 28 now?
Yes.
Probably.
27?
28. Sanchez is 27.
This dude can play for another 15, 18 years or so.
If he's healthy.
If he's healthy, that's what I'm saying. Like, if you just make a program and just expose or drill in the longevity to keep him healthy.
Right.
You know, he is the face of the Yankees.
But my argument is, right, if in the next 2 years he doesn't play and he's hurt for a majority of those seasons, why would you throw $300 million at him? Now, on the other side of the fence, if he's extremely healthy, drops 50-plus homers a season, bats high 200s, over 300, yeah, I'm throwing him a fuck ton of money. I will throw him money. But if he is not healthy and not playing, why would you take that chance?
Right.
He hasn't had a full healthy season since he's been here.
Because you can think about Stanton, too. Like, Stanton has a huge what is it, 324 million?
I'm pretty
or
sure that's carried over from
Yeah, it's carried
Miami.
over from Miami.
Yeah.
But then look at him when Susie. I mean, I'm a big Stanton guy. I've always been ever since he came to the Yankees, and I was when he was, with Miami.
I mean, guy drops dick. I mean,
What are you gonna say?
And but like even him, it's like, dude, are you like you gotta do something. Like he comes back, he'll get hurt for fucking 15 games, come back, do all right, go like 2 for 4, 2 for 3 or something. And then the next like 5 straight games, he has at least like 3 Ks in every game.
Yeah.
Yep.
And they're also meaningless stats too.
Yeah.
Yeah,
if
he
not
does-
meaningless stats, but you know what Giancarlo Stanton is? Great fantasy pickup.
Yeah.
He is a great fantasy pickup.
Well,
man.
he'll hit dingers when there's
He'll
nobody
hit
on
bombs.
base.
Yeah, sure.
Oh no, when they're
absolutely.
up 10 runs, that's when he'll hit his
Right.
hit his moonshots.
Good fantasy pickup.
Yeah.
But that's nothing more than really what he is.
Right.
It's hard. It really is a hard argument.
Dude, he would start on any team in
Right.
the MLB.
Any
I
team,
don't
any team.
disagree.
he would
I
be
don't
a
disagree with
star anywhere in
I don't
the MLB.
disagree with that at all. But what I'm saying is this is supposed to be the team that they were supposed to win a World Series with. They have not won a World Series yet.
Okay. So you say that they want to win a World Series. What other teams in the league do you think are going to be able to afford maybe a $400 million contract that the Yankees would say no? Because I'll tell you the one team that could afford it, and they'd be willing to do it.
Who?
The Los Angeles Dodgers.
God, if he went over to the Dodgers, that'd be it.
The Los Angeles
goodness.
Dodgers.
I'll
Now
move out to LA.
try winning a World Series like that.
You would have Cody Bellinger is probably one of my favorite players in baseball right now.
My favorite player in
And
baseball.
Aaron Judge.
Yeah.
And Mookie Betts.
And-
No, that's right. I forgot Mookie went over to
That's your
LA.
outfield.
Oh my God.
That's your outfield. That's disgusting.
Or
Right
even
field is going to be non-existent.
Imagine him like throwing with Mike Trout right on the Angels.
Absolutely. Or
That's
Mike
a
Trout.
lot.
They would have
Money,
they would have a better shot at winning the World Series if they were both on the same team. I'll say that. But
Aaron Judge, like how much money do you throw at him?
I wouldn't throw. Okay.
I mean, in my opinion, the rest of the league sets the tone for what the selling price is on players.
Right.
Okay.
That's a good point.
So, and listen, Trout is an outlier.
Yeah.
Can we all just agree right now
Oh,
that
absolutely.
Mike Trout is an outlier?
He is the best player in baseball.
Nobody
Yeah.
in sports deserves $500 million to do what you do every day.
What was it,
Except
420?
Mike Trout. It was maybe more. I think it might be more
425 or
closer to like 450 or something like that.
Yeah, it was a lot.
It was a lot of money. A lot of money. And also,
Deserves it.
absolutely.
He is the Angels.
He stays healthy, though.
Absolutely.
That is true. That is true.
Stays healthy.
Well,
Plays.
I mean, that's the case with everybody, though. You have to take a chance on your investments.
Sure.
When you think about it like that, I mean, are you going to let a potential $350 million investment in Aaron Judge walk out the front door and go
Because
to
anybody will throw at him.
Anybody would throw him. Boston would throw him at him right now.
Someone
and
will
honestly,
probably-
if he went to Boston would be right back in it.
Yeah.
You're,
They would be
you're
right back
talking
in
right
it.
now, though. I'm saying within the next 2 years. That's that. Before I get roasted in the comments or some bullshit, like, because I know it's gonna happen. This guy doesn't like Aaron Judge. He's a fucking asshole. No. My argument is, if he's not healthy for the next 2 years, do you throw a $300+ million contract at him? I've said that multiple
Do
times.
the Yankees throw?
Yankees throw a 300 plus? Yes. If he is healthy, fuck yeah, fucking go balls to the wall with the guy.
Right.
That's all I'm saying. It's just-
I know exactly where you're coming from, but at the same time, I'm like, he is the Yankees for the next 15 years. I think you give him, or at least you settle on a high contract.
all right. So let's say combined for the next 2 years, he plays 60 games.
For like next.
For next year and the year after, you only play 60 games. That's 300. Well,
That's a quarter of the season. That's a quarter of both of those seasons.
that's what I'm saying. Do you throw money at him then?
But then he's only 30. He still has another 10 years.
But he's been hurt every single season.
True.
They're still. Listen.
It remains to be seen. It's one of those.
If he,
it's one of
if he
those
keeps on
questions.
hitting home runs in that stretch, why wouldn't they? I mean, Mike, Albert Pujols is still being thrown money right now to play, and he plays every other day. Every other day, he's first base.
He's another one that needs to retire.
DH, first base, DH. Like he literally picks and chooses when he's going to play.
How much money do they pay him though?
I don't know off the top of my head, but it's all about the market, dude.
Right.
It's a Los Angeles market.
I really think some team, like the fucking Mets, or even I think Boston's a good point. They're gonna throw whatever the fuck he asks
all right.
for.
So all right, let's say
And like, is it that much of a risk to really lose him for 10 years?
okay, let's say he doesn't stay healthy for the next 2 years, and the Yankees offer him, let's say, a 5-year, $200+ million contract. Do you think he takes it, or do you think he's like, no, I want a 10-year, 300+? If not, I'm walking.
I really think he would want 10 years.
Yeah.
Big longevity of it.
Absolutely. That's the way sports is going nowadays.
Let's see.
But again, like it's New York. Like they're
No, I get
American
it.
baseball. Like he is the face of the Yankees.
Listen, man, I don't want to see Judge go, but then again, like if he's not producing,
Right.
like it's tough.
It's really fucking tough.
Like why have a guy that doesn't want to that doesn't produce? Why hang on? Why throw so much money at a guy like that?
But it's also too. It's like even so when he is healthy, right, and he's healthy for a period of time or in the playoffs and stuff. Like when I've seen from when I remember him in the playoffs for the last 3 years,
he's been good.
He has been solid.
Yeah,
and
he's
he's
been good.
very clutch.
Yes.
I don't know. Like he's a guy that can perform, and he's only getting better. Again, but if he's not on the field, how does
exactly? He needs to be in the game.
It's so strange.
Listen, I don't
So
want to let
strange.
Judge go. Like,
No,
I love Aaron Judge. It's just that question that I keep asking myself. It's like, is there somebody waiting in the wings that can come up and fill that void? You don't know.
Do you necessarily think that it's him that's choosing to sit out? Or do you maybe think that it might be
It's definitely
the Yankees saying, let's protect our investment?
Well, there's been a few times
I agree,
where he's openly said, like, I want to play, but they're not letting me. Honestly, if I'm Aaron Judge, grow a fucking pair and be like, fuck you, I'm playing.
They wouldn't allow that though.
Fuck it. Run onto the field.
Run naked.
Rip your jersey off, run onto the fucking field, and just sit in right field and see what they do.
I feel like it's a hard thing to think about because we were all college baseball players.
Yes.
We never got paid for what we did.
No.
We didn't. I mean, you got the most. You were Division I. I got the most.
I just got a few extra shirts.
I got a few extra shirts too.
I got
that's
paid
about
at
it. I don't even know where they are.
I got paid at college, but not for baseball.
Oh.
If you know what I mean.
I don't know what he means. What does he mean?
A little handy under the table.
Oh my God, dude. Unfucking believable. So you were a college baseball prostitute. Is that what you're telling me?
Yep.
Wow.
Nice.
Yeah.
So instead of a prospect, he was a prostitute.
Exactly. Gross. Got recruited for it.
How were you in the
they
locker room?
Spectacular.
He uses lotion.
Polished.
He uses
Polished.
lotion with aloe vera. That's why they recruited him.
Oh my God.
So you get the cool tingly sensation afterwards.
Yeah, right off the titanium bats too.
Where were we?
I really got to see the game being run as a business, and it's a lot different, and it's a lot. I can't say selfish. Like selfish isn't even the right word to describe it, you know. But if you're a player that's going out there and listen, think of it from an independent baseball perspective. You're only out there for 8 months. What you do in your free time for the rest of the 4 months is completely up to you, but you're getting paid to be here for only 8 months. It's you want the most out of it. You if you're the best player on the team and you're the right fielder that hits the most home runs and is the face of the league, you want to get paid that money too. You're not doing it out there as a hobby anymore. And it's a hard concept to grasp when you go to the major league level because it's so much money.
Right.
And then you're like, okay, well, can you really? You're putting a price tag on a human being at the end of the day. They're going home and going to work, but no different than our parents do every single day.
Right.
They're going to work and they're coming back home and they're going to see their families.
But they're valued as product.
They're valued exactly. Your body is a product.
Right.
How much are you willing to? Like LeBron James, for example, invests at least $1 million a year on his body, simply on supplement, on training,
Right.
on whatever he can get his hands on.
As he should.
As he should. It's a reinvestment in your business, though,
Right.
when you think about it.
Yeah.
It's a big chance. At the end of the day, if he is not healthy for these next 2 seasons, you're taking a big chance on throwing $300 million. Granted, if you throw that big contract at him, and for the next 15 years, he is an unbelievable player, always healthy, dropping absolute fucking moonshots all the time.
Right.
Then that chance you took, thumbs up. Good
Right.
job. Let's move away from all that
Please.
speculation, and let's have a little fun. So, if the Yankees were to have a third jersey, what kind of scheme would you go with?
My first reaction is all navy.
Navy pants?
Navy pants too. And I basically, I think it was the player game or the
Player day?
The player day. When like one team wore like all white, the other team wore like all black. Was that player day?
I think so.
It's Players Weekend.
Players
Weekend.
That's what it is. And they have their
They had
nicknames,
nicknames on the back,
Yeah.
too.
I think it was that.
Like Javi Baez had El Mago on the back and whatever. And like,
I think it was that time, but whatever, when they just had an all black jersey last year for one of the special things going on, that looked fucking solid. And if they can do somewhat with that, like an all navy, maybe white pinstripes down the pants,
Oh, okay.
or all.
Okay.
But I just, that's just the reason why I wanted to bring this up, is just because, like, you think Yankees, you think classic American baseball, right?
Sure.
Which is fine. Times are changing a lot. It's 2020.
You need to get the fuck out of 2020,
Fair,
but that's
very
beside the
fair.
point.
Yeah. And I just, there's so many teams that are just getting and just redefining their look.
Sure.
I love the pinstripes. Classic pinstripes are always gonna, be the Yankee look. I like their away jerseys. I mean, it's just the nostalgia
Sure.
of both those jerseys is why you appreciate them. But I just want something fresh, man.
So
something
you're just
to come in very modern,
Right.
And something that I'll just rock, like, not even going to a Yankee game.
So you're just inverting the classic home jersey.
Kind
In a
of,
way.
or just I like their spring training jerseys.
Well, yeah.
I had a fucking
all the alternate
DG
blues.
Yeah.
The alternate blues.
Yeah.
Yeah. Those are nice.
I had a
Really nice.
Didi Gregorius spring jersey.
Rest in peace.
Spring jersey.
Since been retired
So it's like, well, we'll see.
or traded.
Shit.
Yeah, I want them to do something fresh, man. Something just awesome. I mean, you look at Phillies is a good example. My friend from school, Justin, he huge Phillies fan, and they have awesome jerseys. They have the like navy, or I'm sorry, the light blue,
The baby blue.
baby
yeah.
blue.
I like the
Yeah,
baby
yeah.
blues. Yeah.
which are awesome. But then they also have the creams that look really fucking good.
Cream jerseys are
Oh,
fucking
that's right.
solid.
You know what I mean? Like, you're seeing these teams just redefining, just getting just something fresh. You're not changing their home and away jerseys.
No.
The blue jerseys for the Phillies are actually the one that they wore, I'm pretty sure, in the 60s or 70s.
Yeah,
Oh,
it's a
okay.
retro.
It's like a regular throwback jersey.
You can't fucking do a throwback to the Yankees.
No, there's no
They've had to sit-
throwback.
yeah.
There's-
That's a good point, though. So you can't even do a retro for the Yankees.
Right.
So would you have it like just in a 3-game rotation, like home, away, and then like where?
Not even.
When would they wear this jersey?
To me, it doesn't matter. Just
Okay.
something that I can fucking wear as a fan, and just something when you put them on.
I went way outside the box for this one. So, black jersey, hat, white pants with the pinstripes, with black pinstripes. And then I want a red number, red symbols, and names, and I'm calling it the Evil Empire jersey. And we're only going to wear it for Sunday night games. Now, I looked up before COVID hit the schedule for Sunday night games. The Yankees only had, I think, 5 in the season. So you wouldn't wear it that much, but it'd be like a fresh, like, kind of look, but it wouldn't deviate from what they wear constantly. You know what I mean? So it wouldn't be like a normal thing, you know? But the Evil Empire thing, that kind of just, yeah.
So you thinking like
red and
Darth
black.
Maul look here?
Yeah.
Really?
Darth Maul, Darth Vader kind of thing. Well, more Darth Vader. So.
Well, then that's just in a whole nother commercial
Right, yeah, it'd be like a
Yankees.
marketing tool.
They always used to say that the Yankees like Mets fans would always used to say back in the day that like the Yankees colors would be like the imperial colors, and they literally play Star Wars at the stadium.
That's what I'm saying.
During, like to read the lineups.
So
Even
this
in the
would
old
just be
stadium.
like a fleshed out evil empire jersey
That'd be pretty
kind of
badass.
thing. Yeah, it'd be cool. You know what I mean? It's
That's
definitely
out of the box, though.
No, it's way out of the box. But I was like, you know what? Because like I saw yours and I was like, okay, that's like, you know, sticking with the classic scheme, but it's fresh, it's new. And I'm like, let me just go outside the box. Let me just do something like, all right, well, they don't have fucking red anywhere. So
Right.
let me throw red and black in there. Because I love red and black.
This is kind of how the idea popped in my head. Was I was talking to my cousin, he's
Yeah.
a Mets fan, and I was like, dude, like we were watching like a Mets game in the summer, and I was like, bro, like I loved the black jerseys you guys had. Like he would always wear like the Piazza black jerseys when we were
yeah.
growing
Oh, those
up.
are cool. It was like it had like the orange like piping.
It was
or
black
blue piping.
I think it was blue piping and then orange
Yes,
lettering.
I love
I'm like
that
those
jersey.
are just badass, dude.
Those
And
are
then they got
cool
rid
jerseys.
of them.
Yeah.
You know, and then they have their whites, blue,
They have a gray.
and a gray.
Yeah, they do have a gray.
They have a gray.
Shit.
So the three. And then do they have an orange too? They have an orange. I'm
Oh,
pretty
they
sure.
have, yeah. I
They
don't know
have
if they
four.
do they wear the oranges in game.
I don't know.
Nick, third jersey. We don't know what it is. I'm excited to hear it. Let me hear it.
So
Oh,
to prelude a little bit,
sure.
because you always have to prelude. You know. My jersey idea came up because, well, there's a lot of different things. You know, obviously I'm a sports guy. I like watching baseball, basketball, football primarily. You know. I love what basketball has done with the reshaping of the face of the game and the marketing of the game and stuff like that. I mean, they really captured a young audience and made it so enticing for kids to want to go out and not just play the game, but also buy the merch.
Sure.
And that's what makes the game money. So, for example, like the Warriors have like the city. I don't know if you guys have ever
Yeah.
seen their jersey, but they literally have a circle and it says the city or like the town or something like that.
Yeah.
And it has the Golden Gate Bridge like literally right on the front. Which,
Right.
I mean, hey,
It's pretty sick.
that's sick. You're representing Gold Coast.
Yeah.
That's pretty dope.
And the thing with like basketball, I realized too when I started to read design is like, and it's not in a negative way, but it's more or it's informal or yeah, that's what I'm trying to say.
it's more relaxed.
It's more relaxed.
It's more
where
relaxed.
not
There's more
so
style.
proper.
There's more charisma to
Yeah.
it. There's more character.
But
that's
the, like the
involved.
town, like you said, they have the town. They have like all like the nicknames on there.
Yeah.
for their teams. And
Yeah,
stuff.
it's
interesting.
sick. But what I was going with was city NYC scape around the jersey.
Okay.
Dark colors, dark, like navy blue. Have the city be gray, different shades of gray. You know, maybe even put the Twin Towers back there, honestly. Maybe on the back or something. That would be pretty sick.
I mean, if they made an extra jersey for like that day,
Right, yeah.
be sick.
You have it like literally fade up to gray, kind of. Like I guess
Okay.
maybe start out navy blue down low, then fade up to gray, and then
I like that.
have gray pants.
Like an
and
ombre.
use it as like yeah, exactly. Yeah. Like that kind of color. Have the numbers on the back, on the front, something proud, like NYC or something
Okay.
like that, or like the city.
I like
And
that.
when would they wear that? Just like a one time, like
So that's where I don't know where they would wear it.
Because
I would say personally, I think the best time to wear it would be a nationally televised game. Only when you're a nationally televised game, like an ESPN Monday night game or like a Sunday baseball
Like a
game
statement.
or something like that. Like you're making a statement.
I love that.
This is a rivalry game.
Yeah.
And we are coming to town looking fresh as hell.
I like that.
We want to beat you and we want to look the best while doing it. Why wouldn't one of the richest sports franchises in history want to do something like that?
That's what I'm saying, man. They just need to freshen it up.
They gotta freshen it up, man. They gotta freshen it up.
So
Like my favorite Yankees piece of apparel is the 2009 4th of July hats.
yes, dude,
Actually.
the white with the
white
yes,
with the navy blue
I
brim,
had that
dude.
hat. I
It's
had
the
that hat, dude.
nicest hat ever. It's so fresh.
And then my head got too big and I couldn't wear it anymore.
Well,
I
my
got it as a
head's always
kid.
been large, so
I
can't
love that
sympathize.
hat.
Yeah.
But didn't every team in the league did that though? Right?
every single team in the league.
But the Yankees was fresh.
Yankees was tough,
Yeah,
dude. It was
yeah.
so tough.
Yeah. Oh, I got it. It was 2010.
2010.
It was
Okay.
2010 that they had it. So let me show you real quick, Dom.
Like, yo, if I'm gonna go out to like a bar, or like go somewhere to hang out, or to the Yankee game, like I want to wear something just different.
Absolutely. Yeah.
You know?
And that is definitely different.
Right. Like if it's,
Yeah, for
I'm wearing
sure.
the freaking snapback Yankee hat now. Like
It's really watered down in terms of character and in terms of, like antics and stuff like
Sure.
that. At least it has been.
Until this year.
Until this year and last year, really until, honestly, in my opinion, until the Astros situation, things didn't really pick up and start getting modern until about now.
Yeah.
And I didn't realize, but they actually have like Trevor Bauer was saying that they have almost like a 1 week or a 2 week orientation for all the rookies that are just get into the league, that they come in and it's nothing more than media orientation, media coordination, verbiage, what you should say, what you can't say, and it's basically they confine you to saying 4 main points, and it's literally all relate everything back to your team. Don't say anything about yourself. If you have a good game, don't say anything. If you have a bad game, don't say anything. And that's their message that they push towards these rookies.
So they take
and
away the
stuff like that.
personality.
They take away the personality of the game.
That's fucked.
That's fucked up,
That's
right?
fucked.
It's fucked.
Yeah.
I didn't even know that they had something like that.
Right.
now, okay, keep going.
I was gonna say, like, hearing that, it's like, all right, who's at fault here? Is it the players necessarily? Not really.
I mean, they're getting paid a lot of money.
It's the upper management.
Yeah.
It's the upper management.
They got them by the balls.
Yeah, they're not allowing them to have that kind of character. They're not allowing the Yankees to drop some of the history, drop some of the standards, let people maybe grow out their hair a little bit, have nice facial hair, and look good while you play.
Right.
Like, be you.
Yeah.
Be you.
Well, for some reason, the Yankees, some of the guys are growing out their hair. Garrett Cole's got, decently long for the Yankees.
Yeah.
Is it because they're letting him do whatever the hell he wants?
Well,
Maybe.
and-
They might be ushering a new era when it comes to that kind of stuff.
Fuck it, like, all right, you can't have a beard down to here, but it has to
Like
be
a
like
Keuchel
fucking
situation.
Yeah, it has
Or
to be like
Brian
tight
Wilson.
or like something like.
Got
It just
him.
times are changing with it, but the one thing I will say is like compare what you just said, how they're kind of like robots of the franchise, and compare that and if you watch like UFC press conferences. Conor McGregor, perfect example to me, is basically the reason why I got into UFC, and it's a show. It's a personality.
A lot of people.
Probably to an extent, and then most of it's just for the show a little bit.
Right.
But like, yeah, it's just the fun of watching the sport. Like you don't see that anywhere else.
Absolutely.
I think that's a big reason why people, gravitated towards UFC
Yeah.
with just content like
Absolutely.
that.
You don't really need people to be fined or people to be, like the game is going to police itself.
Yeah.
The game always polices itself. For 100 years, the game has taken care of itself during the game.
Right.
So if somebody is getting out of hand and stuff like that, like for example, like Juan Soto's antics. Like Juan Soto is a player, he's very edgy, he's
Yeah.
got that young vibe about him,
Young
and he's
fire.
he's
Got that
fiery,
fire.
and
Yeah.
he's fierce, he's a fierce competitor, and he just wants to win. Like when he literally went down to first base and dropped the bat
Yeah.
on the bag,
Yeah.
basically. He did it because he was trying to show up Bregman.
Yeah.
Like, okay, do we need Rob Manfred and the rest of the MLB or the rest of our fan base to tell not us, but the MLB how to police your game, how to take care of who's getting out of line or not? You guys are going to take care of that yourself. You're taking care of the Astros all season. Joe Kelly took care of the Astros. So why is it such a big deal now? Why is it such a big deal
Everybody's
if
so
baseball's the
goddamn
only
sensitive.
sport that polices itself?
There's so much accessibility with this.
Mm-hmm.
Where if someone says something bad, and to a point where it could, be past the line, past the threshold, it can be seen by the entire world. Where 2000s, there wasn't fucking Instagram, Twitter, all this shit, and it just wasn't exposed as much if someone said something bad in the locker room or for an interview or some shit like that.
But yeah, no, they want people to be invested. They want people to keep watching. And I think those extra antics, players at each other's throats. I think people love drama. People love to see turmoil. People love chaos.
Right.
They
But
want
also
to watch it.
builds say it for me.
Rivalries.
And it creates even if you're not a fan of those two teams, you'd be like, oh fuck, I know they hate each other because the bench is cleared. Mid-season.
Right.
It's gonna be crazy, or they meet each other in the ALCS or something, and it's just there's just more to it. There's just more
dramatic.
to it. Right.
It's more dramatic.
Right. More dramatic.
Yeah.
Just more entertaining as a fan.
And some people are like, the game's not supposed to be dramatic. It's supposed to be played the right way, the correct way. And it's like, honestly, it's supposed to be played however the players see fit.
Right.
All right. Well, how we feel? Feeling good?
Feeling great.
Feeling saucy?
Very saucy.
Well, that's all we have for this week's episode. Nick, thanks for coming on, man.
Thank you very much, guys.
Thank you,
I
Nick.
really appreciate it.
Definitely going to have you on again. And another big
Very
thanks
good
to
time.
Livin Your Lifestyle for being this week's sponsor. Be sure to follow us on Instagram, Twitter, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and Anchor FM. Also, please like and subscribe to our YouTube channel. And as always, tuning off.
Signing off.
Signing off, people. See you later.